And I think for all of us, the challenge is looking into our own communities and asking, who are we trying to help? And one moment when it came to me was when I went to my children's parent-teacher conference day and went to their school, and I ran into the new school superintendent, a guy who was about my age, just starting off, known to be someone who understood a lot about education reform and the really neat experiments that are going on in charter schools and elsewhere. And I said, what are you working on? You know, what are you thinking about? Just coming in, you've been here about 3 months. What are you spending your days on? And he said, I thought I was going to come in to spend my time trying to think about how we restructure education, what we do. What I spend time on is healthcare. And then he put out the map for me. He said, we have a law in Massachusetts, like many states, that property taxes are limited. Prop 2.5 says no more than 2.5% of property taxes. And guess what? Under this economy, the property values have gone down. And so his overall budget has shrunk. But his teacher healthcare costs have gone up 9%. And so he spends his time and life trying to understand what to do about those costs. I went to my parent-teacher conference, and the teacher pulled out their list of students because she couldn't quite remember where my son Walker was in his course of events. And that's an indication of what the answer had been in my school district, which is that my son's classes are up to more than 30 people. His math class is 35 students for one teacher. And he was disappearing in the middle of that. I left the classroom and I ran into another teacher in our community whom I'd operated on. She had a lymphoma and she survived. She had a tough, serious problem, required surgery, radiation, chemotherapy. The superintendent had mentioned 5% of his population of covered members in the teachers union accounted for 60% of their healthcare costs. And I realized I was part of the reason my own child was getting neglected in his middle school class. And unless you see that, unless you understand what we're doing to our communities, we will not get it.